And welcome back. This is turning out to be a very exciting series. For those of you just joining us, we just watched ElPolloLoco and Crump do what we thought might have been impossible, which was defeat DudeFromBrzl and Celo on Scorched Haven, a map that time and time again had rung in the countless victories of this team throughout the season and their undefeated path to this finals. We find them now coming into a situation they are not used to. This is the first time in the history of this entire season that they have lost more than one game to a single team. This has already been a history-making event. Will they be able to make a comeback? Can they save this undefeated season? Will they go down in history as a 2007 Patriots, or will this be the turning point? Will they be able to turn it around right here, right now? We're about to find out. This, of course, is Game 4. And a must-win situation, not an elimination threat, but a must-win situation for DudeFromBrzl. This, of course, a best-of-7 series, so he and Celo will have to make this happen if they want to make their Cinderella story complete. We find them here on High Orbit, a shared base map with a backdoor entrance that sometimes goes detected and not detected. We need to see if people do a good job of putting some kind of detection back there. We've seen a lot of mistakes with that in the regular season. We do see now Crump going in here for some kind of wall off, as well as a scout going out, gateway coming down. And we've seen some very interesting play here. See Celo going in with a very quick pull there for Celo. It looks like, yeah, about a 13 pull. And maybe even a 12 pull. And we see also a pull coming down for Pollo as well. Pollo, probably the most nervous man in the room, just because against the double Zerg has been such a challenge for him. Double Zerg in the regular season really tormented him. Him being the lone Zerg, it's just such a difficult position for him to be in. He's constantly having 2-on-1 situations early on. Crump, of course, being Protoss makes it very difficult for him. Ironically, Zerg and Protoss, we don't see a lot of matchups with that. So unfortunately, that early game really being exploited. We see Crump here repeating a mistake. Oh no, almost a mistake. Saw in game 1 two poorly placed pylons, very much like these two poorly placed pylons, led to a very effective Baneling bust, essentially shutting down his entire production capability, and a bunch of Lings just rolling in here, giving them a win in almost less than 7 minutes. So we will not see that here again today, as it looks like DudeFromBrzl and Celo will go for an expansion instead. We do see a small pack of Lings rolling out here. We see Celo kind of pulling back. High Orbit, a little bit of a challenge on expansions. We do see lots of expansions off here to the side, but they're kind of far away from the main. Makes it really challenging. It's very easy to kind of roll in here. Cell Naga Towers, however, though, are very generous and very easy to detect. We see DudeFromBrzl taking these early, getting lots and lots of vision here. He wants to make sure that he sees whatever's coming as soon as it's coming. Does not want to see any chances. He will see a double gateway here, and that to him may indicate an early rush, and he may be right about that, although we do see double gas here in the back, and that double gas though is more telling. I feel like the double gateway is more to throw them off, say, hey, yeah, we're coming at you with a bunch of zealots, possibly some, even a little bit of a stalker push. But in reality, the double gas could mean another Void Ray attack. I was proven wrong in game 2, I admit it, proven wrong in game 2, and we did see Void Rays win a game. So the curse has been broken. Who knows what other curses will be broken in this series here. We do see some roaches coming out now from Pollo. Pollo definitely getting some good roach build here. Going for that gas though, so he's going to have to probably start to cut off this roach production at some point. He's not going to be able to fund them very much longer, but a nice bunch of roaches here. Definitely very good to plug this hole in case a Baneling bust is coming. We have not seen really a lot of scouting here. We saw the main bases kind of scouted here. They saw that spawning pool down and ready. On the other side though, outside of this gate, these gateways here at the front, they really haven't seen much of anything. So scouting pretty poor for both teams now. And we do see, there it is, you can barely see it. Celo does have an Overlord off to the side here, but it looks like they are going to try and saturate, maybe even go with a little bit of Ling play here. We've seen a few micro mistakes from both teams, so not the cleanest of games, I'd say, but they're definitely coming a long way in bringing this together. I mean, it has been quite a set of games to watch. I mean, they have really had a lot of back and forths. These games have been edge of your seat action. It almost feels like at any point anyone can win. Has been very exciting. We see Twilight Council going down. Crump, kind of an all-star last game. came through with a just completely anti-Zerg army, just total discrimination, and obliterated everything that they had, was exactly where he needed to be at all times, and really came through. We see Pollo now, no expansions from them, this complete one-base build. Makes you wonder if they're going to try to rush in. If they are, we're going to need some more Zealots. That has been one area of Crump's game that he has consistently shown a mistake in, which is not having enough Zealots when there are obviously a lot of Lings on the map. At this point, though, he is not aware of anything on the map. We do see speed just finishing for Celo, speed at about 60% for DudeFromBrzl. So I do see DudeFromBrzl quickly replenishing this. He is definitely firing on all cylinders as he wants to have this game go in his favor. Needs to tie this up again, bring it back to 2-2. DudeFromBrzl, a master strategist. I mean, cannot say enough about him and his strategies from this season. He has literally brought this team to the forefront. Not to take away from Celo. Celo, of course, has been an excellent strategic partner for him, has done a great job, you know, really backing up these strategies. But DudeFromBrzl takes pride in seeing his strategies go down effectively, and he has not gotten that so far in these series. And that's a huge confidence builder, or lack of confidence builder, whichever way you want to look at it. So he really needs this game to go strongly in their favor. See Blink finishing for those Stalkers. Blink so deadly in Crump's hands. He's like a magician with Blink. I mean, it's just amazing. I almost expect half the time, you know, I don't know, the Stalkers to just like teleport all over the place, you know, rabbits to come out of a hat. I mean, he is just literally a magician. We see this army really starting to rally up here. Quite a few roaches here. Let's take a look at that unit count. See 21 roaches for Pollo. This is very uncharacteristic of them to do such an early attack like this. I think they just want to take advantage of this extra game that they have on these two, and just try to hit them early, try to surprise them. Unfortunately, that Xel'Naga is going to ruin everything, and they have been spotted. The superior map control, of course, in favor of them, and we see this army starting to rally here. A handful of roaches. It looks like we're going to see 7 roaches, 4 blings, which unfortunately won't have much to fight against, versus 14 stalkers and 22 roaches. This is going to be interesting. We see a lot of lings, though, coming out. 38 lings now, and we see them completely negating, going for the main. A good surround there. It looks like he blinked out just in time to try and get this, and they have a nice cohesive ball here. This is what you want to see, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. That blink, though, coming in just so critical. Crump he's just amazing with those blinks here, but it looks like it is going to be a Pyrrhic victory here, as they just barely fight off those roaches here. Unfortunately, Crump finding himself into all kinds of trouble. Another excellent blink there from him. He's going to go ahead and get in this corner here and just try to fight off these units, but unfortunately just way too many lings. The production capability on 2 bases is going to be too much to handle. This is a huge problem for them. You know, this, unfortunately, there is just not enough Zealots to deal with all these lings. They're going to have to play really defensive again. We see more roaches coming out as these lings just swallow up those stalkers, just completely taking them apart. We do see Crump, though, setting up these proxy pylons, trying to get a little bit of a mobility advantage here. And it looks like DudeFromBrzl will go for these back door. He knows how heavily fortified this wall is, but he knows that there's probably not much over here at these rocks. And these roaches are not going to be enough to deal with it. You see these roaches and Zealots coming in here. This wall's completely left defenseless here. Absolutely nothing guarding this wall. No Zealots on hold. And these rocks, though, unfortunately, are coming down very quickly. This is not looking good for Pollo and Crump. They're going to try to fortify this wall, and it looks like it should be enough to take out at least most of the lings. These roaches, though, with a lack of range, it's going to be very tough for them. And we see the roaches starting to get a little bit of visibility, and they're going to pull back here. But this leaves a huge entrance into Crump and Pollo's base. Now they have 2 entrances to defend. We see so much mobility going on here. You see these lings running over here to this wall. Crump has not left a Zealot on hold. Deja vu of the regular season, and this is going to spell disaster for this wall. We see DudeFromBrzl rolling in here. Just go ahead and try and take out these buildings. He doesn't realize that that there is no Zealot on hold right now, and he is just going to go ahead and chip away at this. Maybe he can't. No, he can get through. He just did not realize it, and he allowed these Zealots to get in here. Unbelievable. Attack move working against him. He did not realize that he could have just bolted right through there and gone for the mineral line. A tremendous opportunity has gone to waste. We do see the Xel'Naga fortified by Celo's very large army here. We do see now Pollo going for that tech switch. It might be a little too late though at 14 minutes. I don't know why these zealots are not attacking these Zerglings here. They're letting basically a bunch of the skimpy kids at school pick on the bullies here. Yes, there you go. You got blades on those hands, boys. Put them to use. We see a huge mass of lings and roaches rolling in here. They're going to go ahead and take out... Oh, Pollo canceling the expansion just in time. Needs to get those roaches in position. It's going to be very, very tough to hold this wall here against these lings. These lings throwing themselves against that wall, trying to bait these roaches out. These roaches, of course, on hold position. He's going to go ahead and hold that wall. Crump going for an expansion here. This has been some nice back and forth. And now we see a page out of Pollo's book being used against him. Celo rallying some of those mutas here, and he's going to try to hit from behind. And no, it looks like he's going to just fly around the front door. We just see some more mutas now coming out. Spire just finishing for Pollo. However, Pollo does not really have a lot of resources here. He's not going to be able to match those mutas toe for toe. And now looks like DudeFromBrzl getting a little bit of surround on these roaches here. These stalkers rolling in with these zealots. They will be able to at least take out this ground army here. But Pollo's going to lose all of these roaches here, and these mutas. This is starting to look a very scary muta ball here. And those roaches have been put to shame, but unfortunately it doesn't look like there's enough stalkers here to deal with this muta ball, and this is starting to look very, very dangerous here. There are not enough spore colonies riding around, very bare minimum here. We see these zealots returning to the wall, try to fortify as much as possible. Crump's going to have to try and get stalkers up, but this is not looking good at all. And we see this queen just kind of futilely attempting to fight off some of these mutalisks here. See four of these stalkers just kind of roll in here, try to do something. These zealots rolling out a little bit. Another pack of lings ready to go. This could be the turning point. And we do see Pollo. It looks like he will detect these Zerglings, but he's not going to get enough shots off. The Zerglings rolling in here just as the mutalisks are putting all of his economy down, and Pollo's single base economy being completely ravaged. This is not looking good at all. It looks like this is going to even up the series here. We do see a few mutas pop just in time as that spire goes down, and all hell is breaking loose here as trouble even at the wall. Lone Cannon trying to hold it down. Some more lings rolling in from Celo, and ElPolloLoco's base is completely demolished. These zealots trying their best to do some damage here. The GG from Pollo reciprocated from DudeFromBrzl. Crump leaving the game, and this will hand the victory to DudeFromBrzl and Celo. A much needed win after their previous loss here, and this will even it up 2-2. What a series this is turning out to be. With two top teams here, a Cinderella story in both cases, no matter how you look at it. One team vying for the undefeated season, another team trying to be the New York Giants to the to the New England Patriots, and just an exciting show all around. Unbelievable. We'll have Game 5 coming up in just a few minutes.